It's the High Heel Tea Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Where we speak on real topics that'll make you laugh. Looking good, smelling good, that's a boss chick.
Yeah.
6-inch heel, show you how to walk slick.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast.
Hey.
And it's the podcast, and it's the High Heel.
Welcome to the High Heels and Tea Podcast. I'm Crystal Lee.
This is Rihanna.
Oh, and it sound different.
That was an intro.
It's a different day.
A different time.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's a different day. Let's make this different.
Yeah.
Yes. Why was I about to say that?
Yes.
Do this. Okay. I like the rings. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Take it away, my love.
So I had a couple of questions, but before I jump off into the question that I have,
What happened?
maybe I should wait for that question. But the first question I want to know: how would you like your man to prioritize you in a relationship when it comes to his family?
What family?
Like his mom, say he has additional kids, things of that nature.
So that's a good question. That's why I'm like, what family? Fuck your family. I want family.
Fuck your family.
Fuck your free time. I mean, whatever your cadence was, I have no other choice but to respect that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you already spent Saturday mornings with your mom,
Mm-hmm.
8 a.m. to 10, I gotta respect it. I don't expect
What if
those
you need him
dynamics.
one day from 8 a.m. to 10?
I'm gonna put it out there and see if it's an option where he could be flexible to maybe see her later, or what can we do if I know I need you there and not have to kind of disturb. I have to interrupt your mommy time.
Your regular schedule.
Yeah, I gotta interrupt your mommy time. I'm gonna put it out there for sure, and I definitely expect just an honest response. I wouldn't want it to be like, my mama come first, like nothing like that. But I would expect like, all right, let me see what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I would think that although you have this routine with your mom, like she understands you grown, you have a life, you trying to build with someone, and I'm not here to interrupt that per se, but if I need you,
Gotta build it.
yeah, it won't be every week, it won't be a weekly thing or anything like that, but if I need you, I need you.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect that. As it comes for your kids, again, it kind of like another thing, like whatever that was going on, whatever your visitation was, whatever routines, whatever traditions you already have with your kids, take them on family vacations, just you and them, whatever that was, I would need that up front. And if I choose to hop in, that's just what it is. I don't want to change nothing. I don't want to change nothing that nobody do, honestly. I feel like I just want to see who you are. Yeah. And love you for whatever it is that you do and how you go about things. And, as long as it's not like, if it's routine, that's fine. Long as it ain't something that lacks boundaries, that's where. Okay. And then at some point, I'm sure when it comes to your kids, I will come around them. So now we are piecing things together. So I'm perfectly fine with, okay, because you have your kids on every other weekend or every weekend, that limits our ability to spend time as we respect the kids, we respect everything about you being a father. I'm perfectly fine with that. I respect it. And then in time,
we can plan different things accordingly.
We come around. I have a friend, it's not romantic, but he has younger kids, or whatever. And we're cool. We're cool. And for the longest, he'll be like, man, kids coming over, the kids, I got to get the kids. I'm like, all right, no problem. And then,
take care of your baby.
Yeah, we were supposed to hang out, and he was like, yeah, I got to get my kids. I was like, all right, no problem. He was like, no, that's okay. I trust you. He's like, you're a good mom. Because he never met my kids, never been around them or anything like that. He's like, you're a good mom. He's like, I got good feelings about you. He's like, they'll be here if you don't mind. And I was like, nah. So I went to the gas station. I brought them some chips and some snacks and stuff. Because I was like, what the fuck you feed kids? Because my kids are older. I swear, my kids are older. I don't have to go.
You got little kids?
Like a 5-year-old and like an 8-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah. I love what you doing. Like feed them snacks or something. Maybe that'll work. So I brought them some snacks, and then,
the muffins you had.
Yeah, listen, I swear. I was like, I don't even know if he allowed his kids to have soda or not, so I didn't get no soda. But I was just trying to think. And then when I got there, I was like, hey, I brought your kids some snacks. He was like, give it to them. And they was so nice. He was like, thank you. And so, he said like that, and I said like this, and we watched like Get Rich or Die Trying. And when the movie went off, I left. I was just like, cool.
He was like, I still want to see you. But
Yeah, and so I could appreciate that. And it's actually, I've known him for a nice minute, and I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate his strict boundaries with just being a father and not bringing nobody around. That speaks a lot of volumes.
Yes, definitely.
Like, I come around and sit on the couch and
I watch
yeah.
We just Netflix.
What about you? Have you ever encountered that as an issue?
Oh yeah, I've had a mama's boy for sure before that lacked those boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say necessarily about the kids because I would never ever put myself before anybody's kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think when it comes to a mom and adults, I feel like at certain points you have to let your child go. Like this is no longer your little bitty baby that you can cradle and the one who's going to show up for you all the time. And it's okay to be somebody that loves your mom and be in that space because it tells you have a healthy relationship. But when it gets unhealthy and that lacks those boundaries and your mom just popping up at our house and she got a key and you didn't tell me she had a key and she just walked in and I'm butt ass naked, it's not gonna work out. It's certain situations that we have to steer clear from.
Yeah. And of course, like if your mom sick, that's me having a mom that's sick in so many words, the best way to put it, it's like a super unpredictable space. And so it's like, yeah, you might think you got time to do this and do that, and you might get a phone call. She got to get procedures and doctors and even if
people should be considerate of that because if I leave with it and I tell you what's going on with my mom or somebody that's close to me, then if something happens, then hey, it's no difference from my kids being in an emergency or something like that. You have to be considerate about those things.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. What else you got for me?
I do. I got something. I don't remember.
Put my little cords up and let me know.
But I don't know who it was, but I just saw somebody on social media. It was one of the athletes. I don't remember exactly who it was. No, I think it was. I don't remember who it was.
So let me just stop trying to finish your sentence. Go ahead.
Who are you talking about?
Are you talking to the story with the athlete who denied his baby?
Nah,
Anthony Johnson or something.
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm trying to finish your stories.
So I forgot who he was, but he was an athlete. He was making a tangent on social media about women and different races of women and how we are. So he said that Black women have a tendency of putting people through the loop-de-loop when it comes to having sex. So say we go out, we meet somebody or whatever, and it's the first night. He said that Black women are the only race that does this. He can go and meet a white woman or a Dominican woman or a Asian woman, and they'll have sex with him that day. Black women are the only ones that, oh, you got to date me. Oh, you got to do this. Or they expecting something from you or such and so and so. Do you think that we were brought up like that to think that we're supposed to not have sexual intercourse with somebody the first time we meet them? Or he said we as Black women, we make it hard for men. That's why men date outside their race because we make it hard for them.
That's a good observation for him, maybe, but I've never heard that. And I mean, honestly, if you find it easier and best fitting to date somebody else and it just so happened not to be, a Black woman, that's your business and that's on you, but you shouldn't generalize it.
And box everybody because that was your encounters.
I think each culture has their own way of being when it comes to dating. Like Indians are taught different. Asians are taught different. Caucasians are taught different. Black people were taught different as well. So I don't think it's like something just subjective to only Black women are taught to date and to wait to give it up. I don't think that.
I don't think everybody does that.
Yeah, everyone doesn't do that, and
it
so
depends on the person.
it depends on the person. And then honestly, I don't know who the athlete is. I wish I knew.
I forgot,
Because if I knew, I can judge what it look like. Yeah, like, I know why you going through that.
I gotta go back and look and see.
Yeah.
But I also do think that in the Black culture, we are taught that once you give up the pussy, you don't expect nothing else.
For sure. Why would the man, what does it give him?
Why would he court you if you
not
already
the court,
gave up
but
the
it's like
goods?
give him, you giving up the milk already. Why would he buy some shit? The cow when he can have the milk. Some shit like that.
Yeah.
I forgot that. I didn't been left out with some shit like that. But like that's definitely what we were taught. Like, you can't give it up and then expect a date or whatever, or anything like that. And I've seen men say that, like, why fuck would you? I'll take you on a date. I already got the coochie.
We wasting everybody's time.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense. I ain't gonna lie.
And that's why we do that.
I think that makes sense. If your intentions as a woman is to actually date and get to know a man, I think you need to take sex out.
Yeah.
Because for a man, it doesn't make sense for him to, in his mind, his practical, logical way of thinking, he's not going to be like, okay, now that's over. Woo! There you go. Spend $200 on the steak dinner for you. Like,
no.
Unless he just a real cool dude and he just vibing. Like, other than that,
I got those vibes going on.
9 times out of 10, he even trying to take you out because he want what he want. And you gave it to him. And that's just that.
And then it might have been Babbage. So you gotta look now. You a desert.
And so I think that if you got intentions to be, I think if you want to be more intentional, hold off on sex. You know what I'm saying? But I think that if you just having fun or being casual, whatever, then
it's up to you.
It's to expect that.
Especially if you're an adult. It's up to you.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, I would say too, though, because it's like, as a man, like, just be upfront about what your intentions are. So this woman doesn't think that she just
has more opportunity.
She gonna be like, usually I don't do this, but you special. I don't usually fuck on the first night. She give it up, like, be honest. That just
love the way you
listen, but you special. If you that's all you want, just say that's all you want, so that the expectations could be managed after the fact. But there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people, both men and women, but it's a dominantly women response where they cool with everything. You're honest about, I don't want nothing, but then when you start to get intimate, they use sex as a way to yeah, no, they use sex as a way to, like, negotiate requirements. So now I'm giving it to you. Now it's got to be this. Now it's got to be that. Well, no, it wasn't that to get it. Exactly. So why is it that
to keep it?
To keep it, or just from here on out?
I think that's backwards.
It's very backwards. So if you have these requirements, you feel uncomfortable, and I think it's a normal feeling to be a little uncomfortable and be intimate with someone, and they're not doing certain things or showing you certain things. If that's where your moral compass takes you, right? But if that's the case, then talk about that up front. Yeah. So he can tell you what he's gonna do and he not gonna do. And then you can say, don't give a fuck, I'm horny, come on. Or you can be like,
oh, no thank you.
No thank you.
I'll pass.
Because a nigga getting, he got to pay my bills. Like, if we want to be on that time and say that up front, don't use sex to negotiate requirements. Nope. Don't do that. Don't do
it. But a lot of people do. But I do it the wrong way.
Yeah, you do it backwards. He supposed to know your water bill was due before he put it in.
that goes to the point where you have men that always say, like, you meet a girl and 3 days later all of a sudden her water finna get cut off or her lights finna get cut off, and she like, well, I just needed a couple dollars to pay my electric bill. And you be like, no. They don't have nothing to do with email.
Oh, damn. I ain't never pulled one of them cords with nobody.
I don't do that either. I don't know. I've never done that either.
I ain't never pulled one of them.
I've always been a transparent, intentional person.
Well, I will say what I don't like to that area is men, if they feel like you are self-sufficient, even if they got resources to give you, if they can help you do anything, they just keep their hand in their pockets and they be like, bitch, you got it. Like, God damn. Can you? I can do it, but can you? They be like, you do it first. So I, as a woman, I don't know. And I had this conversation with a friend because he was like, what you want for your birthday? He was like, honestly, you joke so much. He was like, I know so much, but I know nothing about you. I don't even know how to give you a gift. And I said, I know I suck. I'm like, I'm not,
Give me a
I'm like, I sit next to you and talk for you for hours and you still wouldn't even know what to do. I'm like, I'm not that good in receiving gifts. I said, but you know, I fly a lot. I said, Delta got miles that you can buy. You can buy me a new luggage set. I was like, what you do know about me? I don't care. Go through Instagram and figure it out. But
It's obvious though.
yeah, but even damn, I forgot what I was about to say with this dude. Shit, I forgot what I was mentioning. I was mentioning it to say something. I started talking about my birthday. I got excited. It's by the time this aired.
He said what to buy you for your birthday.
Yeah, but I forgot. It was something else that I was gonna make. It was a point to something about.
It'll come back to you.
Oh yeah, boom! I know it. So boom. What had happened, y'all? He was like, Crystal, he's known me for a long time, and he was just like, you've never asked me for anything. I was like, I probably never will. I'm like, I'm not the person that asks. I'm the person you have to know and you have to do.
Let's do.
And he's like, I appreciate that about you, because bitches be like, here a purse from sex I want. I'm like, you do that? Nigga, I know you do that. If I knew you were doing that. So I started questioning. I said, like, damn, I probably should be speaking up, because if you doing those things. But no, I told him, I'm not the woman that would want a purse. I will want you to come in and do the manly things that I can't do. I can buy my own purse, so it's fine. But, you know, come wreck the leads. I was like, honestly, if you did that, I was like,
something that's considerate.
Yeah, do something considerate that will be thoughtful to me. I was like, that will be better. But stop being stingy, y'all. Like, self-sufficient women need help.
That part.
I ain't that damn self-sufficient.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, I just,
baby, can't help me.
yeah, I just know how to like maintain life.
Exactly.
Bitch, I ain't rich.
Exactly. But I tell people all the time, it's like, niggas be thinking they be doing stuff. They be like, I'm gonna buy you a meal. Sir, if it's anything that I'm doing on my own, that I do regularly for myself, you're not doing nothing special. Do something that's gonna open my eyes, make me feel special inside.
Yeah, you would be surprised. You just got to get to know people. And then once you get to know them, you'll be like, oh, this bitch was a hug. Like, this bitch just need a new light bulb up there. I moved in after I put the light bulb in. Like, that's it.
And I brought me some drawers.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
So with that, because we're on the same type of track with this subject, what do you think about maintenance? Do you think it's a man's job to keep your maintenance, or
in the house?
No, not maintenance in the house.
Your
maintenance, like your hair. You like to get your hair done, or your nails, or you know, your manicures, your pedicures. Say you wanna, you know, we're doing a podcast and we gotta buy 10 outfits for 10 episodes. Do you think it's appropriate for him to say, here, babe, here's a couple dollars for your outfits for your podcast?
Yep. But it's not required.
It's not required.
So this is how I look at it. If you are not adding value in my life, I take it that you don't want me. I'm that black and white about it. And I feel like I'm generous, you know. If there's a way or something I can do to help you, I would. And so if there's something that you could do, you're going to know that, okay, yeah, I'm taking my braids down, about to get it redone tomorrow, 8 a.m. You're going to know that. So I'm not going to say, can you pay for it? I'm never going to do that, because I already got lined up to do it, right? But if you don't do it, I remember one time I was going to this nice restaurant or whatever after a heels class, and you know, showing the dude like, this what I got on. FaceTiming the whole time there, sat down. I'm showing the menu, like this what the restaurant looked like. I'm like, okay, I ordered my food. I'm like, this what I'm eating. I'm gonna get a drink too, whatever.
He got the whole exclusive.
He on FaceTime the whole time with me. Bill came, everything. He didn't say, here go $20 for your drink. He didn't say, how much your tip? All right, here. Well, congratulations.
Nothing.
And I was just like, okay, cool. And then he was like, call me when you get to the hotel. He never heard from me again.
Yeah,
you're never going to hear from me.
That's lack of consideration.
So, and I know closed mouths don't get fed. I do know that. So I think that's fair. But I just like a generous dude. So is it required for you to upkeep my maintenance? No. Yeah. But do I notice that you don't try?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I do. And we just look really cool.
The fact of you having to pay for the whole thing, it's just more about consideration of people. Like she said, hey, I'm taking my braids down, I'm going to get my hair done tomorrow. Even if you say, hey babe, I sent you $50 on your hair, I know you, or the $50 can go towards the the hair for the hairdo
Yeah.
or anything, or just the consideration of you wanting to help me out in that space.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't make it I don't put no requirements on you, but based off of how you move, I'll say you don't like me.
Yeah.
Or like your intentions are not to actually have anything intentional or serious with me. You just, a lot of times too, men be just curious about you. Even if their intentions are not to be bad, they just be curious
Just about you.
And so they just trying to get in your space to figure you out, and that's it. So I'm real strict over here. It's too many opportunities to make yourself and your intentions known with me. Too many
For
opportunities
you not to show up.
for you not to show
In
up
any type of way.
Yeah. So anyway, y'all, we
Free
talk
game.
about y'all all day.
Free game.
We can talk about y'all all day. All day, but we ain't.
Yeah, but on that note though, even with the maintenance, I don't think it's nothing wrong with us contributing to
Not
their
at all.
maintenance
Not
as
at
well.
all. Yeah.
If hey, you going to go get a haircut or I'm going to get a shave, but I send you a couple dollars for this shave. It's just consideration.
It's consideration.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like being thoughtful about stuff.
I agree, but I ain't make it to that level with nobody. So
We gonna do Crystal Lee 20 versus 1.
Nah, hell nah. Nah, I ain't gonna show up.
Like I'm gonna host it.
Yeah, ooh, I might show up. I ain't gonna have to talk. I ain't gonna have to say. I'm gonna have to just sit there. I'm gonna be like this. No.
That's funny.
Nah, I'm cool. It'll be a bunch of
Hilarious. Though.
bunch of unqualified.
Girl, they gonna be out here for the legs.
Terry gonna be like, I could have went to sleep. This shit gonna last 5 minutes. I'm gonna pop everybody go. I'm like, no, I'm good. Don't waste your time. Do something else with your money. All right. Thank y'all for listening to this episode of the High Tea Podcast. Make sure you share, like,
and subscribe.